What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D, don't believe in T-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb, I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental, let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought, no flow, rain wasn't pouring down. See, that pain was all around, see, my mode was kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn, flow was cool, but I still felt burned. Energy up, you can feel my surge, I'ma kill everything like this purge. Let's just get this straight for a second. I'ma work, even if I don't get paid for progression. I'ma get it. Everything that I do is electric. I'ma keep it in a motion, keep it moving like kinetic. Put this shit in a frame, better know I don't blame everything that I say. Man, I seen you deflate. Let me elevate. This ain't a prank. Have you walking on a plane? La 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 la. Both hands together, God, let me pray. I been going right around, call that relay. Pass the baton, back in the mall, swimming in the pool, can't drink them all. When a piece of this, a piece of mine, my piece of sign. Can you please read between the lines? My rhymes inclined to break your spine. They say that I'm so fine, you could never match my grind. Please do not waste my time. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
Alright, just a very small update this time. I got the weapons done. Everything's finished. I got the machine gun I want. I got the shotgun I want. I got the grenade launcher, which now which is more useful. And I finally got the axe. So you can run around and axe people. It's a backup weapon, it doesn't have ammo. And that's already it. So, I guess I'll go axe someone. And otherwise, this is a very short update video, because I'm now done with the weapons, and I wanted to celebrate it. And now it's off to making a few more enemies, and then I'm done with the project. Or, not done, but then I can get started on level editing and level design. Gotcha. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to explain a quick workflow for creating FPS ARM animations in Blender and exporting them for use in Godot. Things you'll need: Blender, the Rigify add-on, the GLTF import-export add-on, an ARM model, and a weapon model. First, let's go into Edit, Preferences, and into the Add-ons tab. Type in Rigify and click the checkbox to enable it. Also type in GLTF and click the checkbox for that if you don't have it already. Import your ARM model. If you're using a Cinti model, they come in looking weird, so just click the armature, open it, and click Pose. Click the little green man icon and click the button on the top right that says Reset Position. We're going to need to replace the bones, so click the mesh, right click, and select Clear and Keep Transformation. Delete the old armature. Then we'll just center the mesh by clicking Object, Set Origin, Origin to Geometry. This will put the pivot point in the middle of the mesh. Now click N to bring up this sidebar and reset its location to 0, 0, 0. Shift A to open the Add menu and click Armature, Human, Meta Rig. Line up the arm bones to where the mesh is. We'll be removing all the unnecessary bones like the face, legs, and torso. However, keep the middle chest bone that connects the two arms. Now just line up the bones to the mesh as best as you can. You can click 1, 3, and 7 on the numpad to view forward, side, and top views respectively. Once you're done, select the armature in object mode and Ctrl A to apply all transforms. Do the same thing to the mesh. Then select the rig again, go to the little green man and scroll until you see generate rig. This will create the Rigify rig. You can hide the old armature now by pressing H. Select the mesh, hold shift and select the rig. Ctrl P to parent and select with automatic weights. The mesh is now parented to the rig. You can adjust this with weight painting on your own time. Now to create the animation. Add a camera. Add the weapon. Click the rig and Ctrl Tab to go into pose mode. I recommend setting the mirror checkbox on the top right so you can move both arms at the same time. Also, you can hide the Rigify controls that you don't need so that it doesn't look all that cluttered. Pose the arms. Go into object mode and select the weapon. Hold shift and select the rig. Then Ctrl Tab to go into pose mode. Select the control bone you want it to be parented to. Ctrl P and click bone. The weapon is now parented to the hand bone. Go into the animation tab. On the left window you can press 0 to view from the camera's view. Change dope sheet into action editor. Then click new to start adding your animations. Rename your animation. Check the little shield icon. Make your first keyframe pose. Press A to select all visible bones and then Ctrl I to insert a new keyframe. Do that for the beginning and end of the animation and then do something wacky in the middle. To make another animation clip, select the 2 documents icon that says new action. This makes a duplicate of the current action, but you can just edit from here. I'm making a walk cycle. Once your animations are done, go back into layout view. Press A to select all, which at this point should only be the mesh and the rig. Go to File and then Export to GLTF. On the right tab under Skinning, make sure Export Deformation Bones Only is checked. Also include should be limited to only selected objects. Now go into Godot and drag your new file into your project. Double click it to preview. You should see your animations listed under Animation Player. In the Meshes tab, select each of your mesh and select Save to File. Also do the same for each animation clip under the Animation Player. Set loop mode to linear and then click re-import. You can drag the file into your scene and click the film slate icon. Click New Inherited. Now when you click the animation player, you should be able to see the animations. And that's pretty much it. Exporting the FPS ARM animations in Blender. Go to Edit, Preferences, and into the Add-ons tab. Type in Rigify and click.
Welcome to the Godot Engine first-person shooter project. We're going to be building an FPS from scratch, walking through every step of making a modern FPS on the Godot Engine. Each episode is going to be covering a different feature, and we're going to be covering the basics like movement, things that get left out like saving or creating settings, and gameplay features that you see in modern games like Halo or Call of Duty.
The checkbox to enable it. Also type in GLTF and click the checkbox for that if you don't have it already. Import your ARM model.
Call of Duty. My scene will use a solid form mesh, a couple collidable object meshes, and a world environment scene. You can copy this layout yourself or just create your own. Just make sure you have a floor and at least one mesh to test collision. I'm also using my custom prototype grid material, which is available on the GitHub repo project. Finally, I set up another scene that holds a world environment node and set up a new environment and sky using an HDRI sky image from Polyhaven. That is also included in the repo, or you can just grab your own. With a test level in place, the first step is to create a new player controller scene. When creating a scene, you'll need to set the parent node type. Provide collision geometry for our control so that it can be helpful level just a bit more. I like to keep script tab. The basic movement template gives us some stuff to work with right away, including basic. You can hold a script where you can choose the language. I like to keep scripts organized near their purpose, so we'll create a script folder in our controller folder. Then go to your player controller scene and right-click on your parent, character body 3D parent node. In Godot, each node can hold a script where you can choose the language, if you're using C#, for example, what node functionality it inherits, as well as some settings like class name, template, and its path. We're going to create a script for our player controller using the basic movement template to get us started. Hit Create and go to the Script tab. The basic movement template gives us some stuff to work with right away, including basic gravity, a jump action, and a movement script. We can use these right now, but we need to adjust the input mapping references. First, go to Project, Project Settings, Input Map, and here we'll create 5 new inputs: move forward, move backward, move left, move right, and jump. These will represent the standard WASD keys and spacebar for the jump. With those added, head to the controller script and adjust the input mapping to match our new inputs. These are referenced by a string using the name